What's your honest reaction?
Oh my gosh, that I don't have to even reply to that.
Charlemagne being petty. Charlemagne was being messy.
Yeah.
And even when she was answering the question, she was like who?
Who's the man saying it?
What Channing Crowder said it.
He said Channing Crowder.
He should have. Because I saw it. I did, and I saw answer. And then she want to go back to, but he's a loving person and a great husband. I didn't say he's not a great husband. It's amazing what he's doing with Lil Future. Like, the dude is a good human. He is lame still. I don't know if anybody doesn't understand. They're not running me off of this point. Lame is an opinion. She even said it. So who's saying? Because that's their opinion. Yeah. She's from Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta. She wasn't going to date Russ back in 2000. Time came forward. She evolved to dating the lame dude. He is a good person, a good human being, but the dude is lame. Y'all know what lame is, bro. You know how many people? I'm not putting nobody else in my boat because I'm peddling this by myself. I've talked to a number of people that's like, bro, you're right. He's not like that. He's inner city Atlanta dude is not hanging out with Russell Wilson. That's what I'm saying. It's lame. The dude does not. He got that moose shit in his hair. Honestly, bro, y'all looking around because y'all even know I'm right. The dude is not.
I beg your pardon.
But that's my opinion. Right. You go find the boys that play at Wisconsin and Nebraska.
Yo, what it is?
What up, bro?
What's good with it?
Man, ain't that. Up there watching y'all act crazy.
So what's your thoughts, bro?
All right, so at the end of the day, right, what I'm saying is we say that, oh yeah, ass whooping cure everything, and you know, you can whoop this up out of people and all that shit, and we don't have trauma and we don't have this. But at the end of the day, every motherfucking person on this earth has some type of trauma. I don't give a fuck if it's from something that you did as a kid or if it's something that you encounter as an adult. But in some shape, way or form, it has an effect on you. Now, is it making you go out and kill and steal and do fucked up shit? No. But the definition of trauma is something that affects you, that you've encountered, and it alters your state. So therefore, at the end of the day, as a kid, there's something that your parents did to you that you say, man, I'd never do that shit to my motherfucking child. Man, ain't no way I'd do that shit to my kid. Guess what? That's trauma. See, y'all looking at it as, oh shit, you going out here, you killing motherfucking nigga. You ain't motherfucking sick. That ain't trauma. No, we're not talking about that. You looking at it from one side. Let's open this. You got to be opening the realm and the scope of the shit. Trauma is affected like just like a rape victim. She's traumatized by that shit. So at the end of the day, by the time she even decides to get in another relationship, how hard do you think it's gonna be for her to let the person that she with actually touch her in a sexual way? It's not about motherfucking just going out killing and motherfucking doing wrong. Trauma affects people in every aspect across the board. That's what I meant by I'm saying, as a child, you went through something from your parents that you won't do to your kids to this day. I know I don't even touch my girls. Why? Because it was one time my mama backhanded the shit out of me and I was like, God damn, what the shit? So from that moment forward, I said, man, I never hit my motherfucking kids. Fuck that. Now,
but did you earn that end of the day, though?
Now, exactly. But it was simply because I said I didn't know something that had happened.
So women are the worst at disciplining kids, though. I gotta tell you, sorry.
Exactly, we were. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you learn how to parent differently. That's what I did. I learned how to parent different because at the end of the day, if you really look at it, we sit up here saying whoop ass, whoop ass, whoop ass. But at the end of the day, guess what you learned whooping ass came from? Slavery. Because that's how they made the slaves get in fucking line, by taking lashes. And what is a whooping? Taking lashes. So at the end of the day, bro, like it's more than just killing and molesting and all of that shit. It's more to trauma than just that. Trauma is a wide variety of different things. But hey, y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. I love y'all show.
All right, baby.
Yeah,
I appreciate you, big dog.
for sure.
Just for reference, that's my older brother, man. So
Oh, that's nice.
yeah. But even though
he grew up in the same household. Hold on, wait a minute.
he grew up in the same household as I did, and guess what though? You don't hit his kids, but guess what? I damn sure spanked mine though. So, with that being said, I don't just blast I just don't hit my kids though. I don't hit them just for no random reason though. So do I always spank them? No, but I give warnings. I give them enough rope. I discipline them. But when they get out of hand and they want to try to test daddy, guess what I do? Belt the ass. Now I'm not hitting them across the face, hitting them across the head or the back and no shit like that. I'm not doing that, but to the butt, that's it. Nowhere else. On the butt, that's it. But I'm not doing it often either. I'm not just, you getting on my fucking nerves. Fuck out my face. No, I'm not doing that. We don't do that. Okay. But so in that aspect, what whippings have taught me, because he had a different experience than me, right? Even though we lived in the same house. Mm-hmm. For me, whippings it taught me to get my shit in order. Cause I only got spankings when I fucked up, when I did something wrong, when it was warranted for me to get that ass whooping, and it got me in line. So those certain whoopings, or that one ass whooping that just like, oh hell no, I don't want to get whooped like that again. That got me in order. That got me in line. Now, are there some people who never get a whooping and they just are phenomenal human beings? They don't do no wrongs. Of course there are, right? But when you start to break it down to the nuts and bolts, when you start to look at society as a whole, and you start to look at the gentle parenting versus the traditional parenting, which kids typically turn out better? If we're going to look at it from a percentage standpoint, look at the kids today, look at how they are acting, because they know belt to ass. And we talk about real discipline. We ain't talking about just hitting kids just to be hitting kids. We talk about real, true discipline, teaching you and showing you why I'm disciplining you because of this, and explaining to why I'm doing it to you. I'm not just doing it just fucking cause. Right? Versus the one who just sit down and they're always, look, I'm going to let you express your feelings. You're 4-year-old. I want you to speak on how you feel. Then we're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss it. Yeah. And I'm going to open the door for you to speak certain ways. Cool. Do that. But once they get older.
After the rap whooping.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Then once they get open, then once they get older, and then they realize that, okay, well, these people aren't speaking to me like my mom used to speak to me, or how my daddy used to speak to me. I don't like this. So now guess what? Now you extreme liberals out here. That's what happens.
Okay. If we're going to, can I interject for a sec?
No, go ahead. Do your thing. Mm-hmm.
If we're going to talk about real, discipline and how you're doing it correctly, we also need to talk about real gentle parenting and also doing it correctly. Because what you're talking about when it's like, Timmy, you just express your feelings, that's non-parenting. That's not real gentle parenting, because gentle parenting, the real version, is explaining, is correcting, and discipline everything you're doing, just minus the touching of the body in that form. So if we're going to talk about them, they're the same things, because they're getting out the same reaction. Because there's also people that, beat people's ass and that doesn't do shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's not. So there's 2 and 2, the good ones and then the bad ones. So it's kind of like, I think it depends on the child. Truly.
But I got a question.
I don't know if I could trust your
I got a question. So you don't have to. It is what it is. I mean, I'm from the hood, so it's a little different. Just like Big Bro just said, okay, whoopings might have came from slavery, whatever. I could, to a degree, for America, agree with them on that. I mean, overseas, people still got whoopings, but even Jamaica, where my parents is from, that was a bus stop, pretty much a ship stop on the way during the slave trade. So there's a lot of whoopings out there, but that probably did stem from there as well. Now, the thing is, the gentle parenting and stuff, to me, that shit might work in the suburbs. But the problem is when you got a single parent or something in the hood, they don't got time to be gentle with you. The streets ain't gentle. The shit is abrasive as fuck. My mom, don't get me wrong, there was times I didn't do shit and I got whoopings. And when I grew up, I just understood that, hey, she had a lot on her plate and whatever. And, I just had to forgive her for that. I'm not going to say that that's trauma. It is what it is, because there was other times that I should have got a whooping that I didn't. So the times I did get away with murder balanced out for the times that I got whooped just for being on the straight and narrow. But at the same time, if I'm outside or whatever and I'm hanging out with the wrong people, sometimes when I was getting those whoopings, my mom was literally whooping me just because she see me hanging out with the wrong people. Like, hey, don't bring them demons in my house. I can see where this person is headed. They're headed to the penitentiary or whatever. You keep hanging out with them. So if you're not going to listen to me tell you not to hang out with them, I'm going to just keep whooping your ass until you stop hanging out with them. Now, did I stop? 7 times out of 10, probably not. But my justification there when I was a kid was like, hey, when I do good shit and I get whoopings anyway, I might as well go do the bad shit if the bad shit is fun.
I agree on that part.
But at the same time, I knew what I was doing. Some of these people ain't getting whoopings at all, and then we trying to give them medical conditions because it benefits somebody else's pocket. And my thing is, just like you said, or Marcus said, certain people need a home or whatever, they can't afford it, then that's bullshit. If we really care about these people, those people should get a pass if they genuinely have what they say they have. So this whole monetary system that we have, that, if you don't have money, it's just fucked off for whoever. That's just bullshit, because now you got people like this shanking people in the neck, and you had 13 times to alleviate this situation. Because at the end of the day, if the mental hospital couldn't help him, then they could have kept him locked up. Mm-hmm. So either way it goes, the system beyond the parents still failed society.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, the system does it all over. I can even imagine being like a military vet. I mean, the VA. My pops was in the VA, and fucking the worst treatment I've ever seen it to give a human being. Like, it's fucking crazy. So I mean, like I said, like it's easy to say like, yo, they can get this help, but man, sometimes it's hard to even find it.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's some good trauma too.
Yeah, but at the same time,
that's what I was saying. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Marcus. Like, there is some good trauma too. Like, there's bad trauma, and then there's good trauma too.
Yeah, I got pulled over by the cops, got DUI.
Yeah, it's a yin yang. It's a yin yang to everything, but the thing is, when we muddy the waters and you can't see what's clear and what's not, I just feel like it's bullshit, and that's why I have my take so strong. Because my thing is, if we genuinely cared about mental health and all this other stuff, then shit. If you want to submit them to them damn people for practice, fucking put them on practice squad. They could be a part of some damn clinical trial. As bad as that sounds, we know a lot of that shit can go south. But if you genuinely care, sign them up for that. I mean, then we just had that one dude that Elon just put that chip in his head and he finally survived, and he the forerunner for the shit. Yeah. That dude said he did it because he knew he was gonna die anyway. So if I die or not, fuck it. At least I changed the course of history. Yeah. So if we genuinely care about these people, the ones that we genuinely know are just, all the way out there should be something in place to where, okay, hey, you know what? I can't afford this, whatever. I ain't really trying to sign you away or whatever. It's going to hurt me like it hurts you, but this is the best place for you. Yeah. Not doing all this catch and release, and we got all these menaces walking around us in society, and we trying to figure out how to walk straight and narrow. And now you can't even trust sitting on a damn bus or something in front of somebody without a.
Well, you bring your internet going, not big dog.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, like mine.
Well, that's why I took the video down, because it was glitching on the video, so I just got the mic.
Oh, okay. But yeah, well, my bad. We were supposed to be on a different topic, but shout out to the big bro, for coming through. Had to let him get his shit off real quick. You know what I mean? But let's go ahead and get back to this topic though. So I got to start it over for the people, and just in case we forgot what the hell was said.
But here, Ciara was on the Breakfast Club.
When you hear people say Russell Wilson is corny, what's your honest reaction?
Oh my gosh, that I don't have to even reply to that.
Charlemagne being petty. Charlemagne was being messy.
Yeah.
And even when she was answering the question, she was like who?
Who's the man saying it?
What Channing Crowder said in
He said Channing Crowder.
He should have. Because I saw it. I did, and I saw answer. And then she want to go back to, but he's a loving person and a great husband. I didn't say he's not a great husband. It's amazing what he's doing with the future. Like, the dude is a good human. He is lame still. I don't know if anybody doesn't understand. They're not running me off of this point. Lame is an opinion. She even said it. So who's saying? Because that's their opinion. Yeah. She's from Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta. She wasn't going to date Russ back in 2000. Time came forward. She evolved to dating the lame dude. He is a good person, a good human being, but the dude is lame. Y'all know what lame is, bro. You know how many people? I'm not putting nobody else in my boat because I'm peddling this by myself. I've talked to a number of people that's like, bro, you're right. He's not like that. He's inner city Atlanta dude is not hanging out with Russell Wilson. That's what I'm saying. It's lame. The dude does not. He got that moose shit in his hair. Honestly, bro, y'all looking around because y'all even know I'm right. The dude is not a cool person, but that's my opinion.
Right.
You go find the boys that play at Wisconsin and Nebraska, they'll hang out with us. A dude from inner city Atlanta is not hanging out with Russell Wilson. That's what I say. Lame to me is different than lame to y'all, is different than lame to, I guarantee him and Logan Mankins would get along. You see what y'all understand what I'm saying? I guarantee him and some square ass dude from somewhere would get along. I'm looking at him and saying, man, I never with him. He's lame. That's my point. It's opinion, lame, cool's opinion, and y'all ain't running me off of this forever.
No, I'm not trying to run you off it. Obviously, your opinion is yours. I didn't expect you to double down on it, but
what do you want me to do? Say, oh, he's cool now.
No,
it's in his blood, it's in his skin, it's his liver, his gallbladder, his intestines. Lame is all through him, and it's gonna be there his whole life, Freddie.
Yeah, I guess it really ain't nowhere to start but here. Ciara was on the Breakfast Club.
I want to ask
people
you.
say
So, what's your thoughts on that? Do you think Russ is lame?
I think he said, I think I watched something else about this. But I think what he was trying to say is that the people that she's dated in the past don't match him. Like it's almost like, you know what I mean? Like you dealing with the jocks, like the popular athletes. Then once you at some point you have kids stuff, then you go to like an airline pilot or some shit like that. Like it's something that's totally different. Like so. It's almost kind of like I think he was saying like almost like why like are you with him for the right reasons type of shit. I don't know if that's what it was. I don't think he really cares if he's lame or not. I mean, it is what it is. I think that's what he meant. Like she just doesn't seem like she matches with him. It's almost like Glorilla with fucking shit. I don't know. Russell Wilson. There you go. Same shit. That's what I got. So y'all go. Y'all tell me what y'all think.
Yeah, it sounded like his version of lame just isn't his type of fun. Like what he sees as fun, he doesn't think Russell sees as fun. But if that is what's considered lame, send lame over here all day. Like, yeah, I'm good with lame. I like corny, so that works for me. Was that what I used to date? No. Do I want to continue to date what I used to date? Absolutely the fuck not.
So you grew up? Come on.
Had to at some point.
Come on.
I'm gonna say go ahead, Ron. No, I'm gonna let you cook. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's kind of distasteful to talk to get somebody to talk down on their partner. So for him to bring up like, oh, you think he lame, whatever, or somebody say like that's just straight up cornball shit to me. I get it, you're a media personality and you've been known to stir up controversy or whatever, but I'm not finna sit in front of Courtney face and be like, oh, hey, you know, was your girl lame back in the day, dog? Like, you know how you like, that's fucking stupid as shit, bro. Like,
yeah.
Let that girl ride off into the sunset. If she got her a person, she got her a person. Now, if you want to say the dude is lame, what metrics are we judging lame on? Because he never came out and said he was a hood dude or something. You know what I mean? Like, people have different backgrounds, which I get. You know, from the hood side, I get where you like, oh, this dude is a cornball, a nerd, whatever. But at the same time, he didn't grow up in the areas you grew up in. He never had to really prove much apart from on the football field. Right. That's a blessing that his parents gave him, you know, to get his head start. So, yeah, you know, do girls like for fun sometimes date a lot of the wrong type of men, you know. The hood dudes, all exciting and stuff, the trappers, the dope boys and all that, yeah. And then, you know, once they done bust all in you and stressed it out, you probably do bring it back to somebody that ain't know no better, but if a motherfucker ready to settle down with you, let that man breathe and let that woman fucking ride off into the sunset. Like, everybody can't do that. So if she can do it, let her enjoy her life. Like, shit. They said you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Cardi tried to sit down until Offset was fucking playing. And she was like, fuck it, I'm going to revert to default settings. She tried. So if Russ over here got Ciara in the house or whatever, like, I know everybody be talking about, oh, she's still doing music videos and stuff, but that's her job. He knew that coming into it. It's not like they got together and then she started fucking doing all this stuff. She been doing that since Land Before Time to get her bread. If he didn't sit her down and be like, listen, I got the reins, I'm making all the money, you just sit your ass down and cook and take care of these kids, then yeah, she's going to still go clock into her job. So that's a conversation for another day. But to get somebody to disrespect the person that's taking care of them, that was cornballish to me.
Okay. So, listen, I'm the kind of guy, I'll hang with Russell Wilson. Now, what I will say is this. I think more so on the aspect that they didn't, that I really and truly believe that Channing Crowder was talking about is more so because of the simple fact that he's dating a woman that got kids. That's what I think the situation is, right? So I got to be honest. In that aspect, just in that specific aspect, yeah, cornball for that. Lane for that. You are a top tier. Yes. Russell Wilson is what you would consider a top tier man before Ciara, right? Because guess what? He had money before. He had money before the NFL because he was already into the stock world. That's what he talks about. I've seen him on Bloomberg. I've seen him on there talking about stocks and markets and things like that. So he already knows about money in itself. So he liked that. Now, what Channing Crowder talking about the moose hair and shit, now that's just his hair, you know, just because of, you know, his DNA and shit. So I don't know that he talking about with that. Outside of just the fact that he dated a woman who wouldn't date him if she didn't have kids. Let's be honest, she wouldn't be looking for him. She wouldn't be checking for him. But the only reason that she had an opportunity is because he said he had a crush on her. So it was just one of them things. Look, I gotta fulfill that. I got an opportunity. I'm where I need to be. I gotta get Ciara. That's been my crush for this whole time. Now I got the opportunity to get her. Cool. But ultimately, most men look at him as a cornball, not because of the things outside of, not because that he's an NFL player, not because of the way that he dresses, not because that he's a nerd or a good boy, so to speak. It's only because of the simple fact that he started dating a woman that had a kid. That's it. That's the only reason. And that's the only thing I will agree with. I say, yeah, you're a cornball for doing that. Everything else, I'll hang with you, big dog. I'm gonna talk shit about it. I said, boy, you doing and married a girl that got a kid? You crazy. And you got the pick of the litter.
Yeah, and he didn't have no kids before her.
That's what I'm saying.
No kids. But hey, but I gotta say, I'm 100% on board with you. I think that was crazy to do that because she had a kid. and he could have chose pretty much anyone. He was in that position.
Anyone.
But the thing is, and again, you heard my opinion about it. I'm not really. I don't think it's a good move if a person doesn't have kids to date a girl with kids. But I would say, and it's maybe because of his status, if there was anything like a trait that a woman could show that I would even think about doing it, I think Ciara's shown that though. Like she seems like he's the man of the house. Like if he has to discipline that kid, who's Future's kid, I think she lets him do it. I think she lets him have. I don't think it's like, no, you can't do that type shit. I think it's like, yo, he's the man of the house and he gets to do what a man should do, right? That's like my number one thing, that the reason I wouldn't date a single mother, because you know at that point when you and her are fighting, you can't say shit to that kid. So I gotta say that. That's just what I think, and it might not even be like that. And if it's not like that, yeah, he's definitely a cornball.
Well, she only had one kid though, right?
Mm-hmm.
As far as I know.
Yeah, one kid. Yeah, she only had one kid.
So one kid, the kid is still young. I'm definitely not advocating for going out there and scooping up single moms, especially if you ain't built like that. But with one kid, I mean, yeah, we hard on the hoes or whatever, but she wasn't too far gone. It's people jumping in relationships with shorties that got 3 kids, 2 dads. Like, she wasn't too far gone. And I think just recently, they just put the paperwork through to get the kid's last name to be Wilson. So, if the kid looks up to Russell that much, my hope, because I mean, they could still buck later on, but my hope would be that it wouldn't be a situation where, you know, he's fighting, oh, you're not my daddy, blah, blah, blah. Like, motherfucker, you chose to take my last name. So, yeah, you ain't come out these nuts, but I'm your daddy. Like, on paper.
Look, let me rephrase. Let me rephrase this. Let me rephrase it. I don't think he's a cornball. I just wouldn't advocate for it. Let me put it like that. I wouldn't advocate for it because of the simple fact that I wouldn't do it myself. So I'm not going to advocate for something that I wouldn't do. I would say that. So no, is he a cornball? Nah, but I wouldn't advocate for him to do it. I think he's a stand-up guy. I just ain't going to advocate for it. I would not advocate for somebody to do something that I didn't do myself. So, listen. I
mean, but you're talking about a regular dude. He ain't no regular dude. I mean, it shouldn't. I'm just saying, he ain't a regular dude.
Yeah, like, but see, here go the thing on that though. So he ain't no regular dude, but the whole thing is, growing up, motherfuckers was hard on all the nerds and all that anyway. If you wasn't one of them street niggas or whatever, then you was a cornball. So per theory, Buddy standing on his square, like, yeah, you a cornball. Because you're not going down the path that we go down. As far as that dude, however that dude's living or whatever. Or, you know, you ain't get the box Chevy, put it on 22s and paint it with the Sprite can logo and shit and roll back through College Park and all that, trying to go get some hoes. Like, you was in a Honda Accord, one hubcap missing, your radio to glitch out every time you hit a speed bump, and you was on work on time every time. Nigga, you was on the honor roll and they missed not name day of school. Like, you know what I mean? So in certain people's eyes, that is corny, but hey, can't fault the dude for fucking getting a head start in life. Yeah. It is what it is, and I mean, shit. Luckily, Ciara was able to fall back on that. Like I said, I'm not going to advocate for you to go out there and just go willy-nilly go try and save a baby mama, because at the same time, everybody ain't built like that to quote-unquote respect you. Yeah. Now, one kid, if you want to roll the dice, that's on you. But shit, 2 or more, hey, friends on yourself, bro. Just get the head when you come up off the head, but locking in, leave that lock unlocked.
Keep the key in it.
Well, luckily, there's all different versions. Some people that will, some people that won't. You know, I think it's the joy. It's a good thing.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't think we talk about this. The reason that dudes don't want, I mean, that it's not a good goal for a dude. It's just good. It's just really like I said. I'll say again. with me, like I think the ultimate a lot of goal for people if you have a family, right? It's not necessarily like the kid's not mine. It's just that the way you want to be treated in your house. And I don't think, and I think for some reason, a lot of women think it's like, I wouldn't necessarily say a flex, but it's cool for them to be like, yo, this is, you should do everything, but the kid is mine. It's off limits. Like, so you got nothing to do with that until you pay for shit. But anything else like discipline wise, you got no part of it. And that's just not a plus for no dude. I still understand how a lot of girls think that it's kind of like not that it's a normal thing. I just don't understand.
Yeah, I think it depends too on the person and how the communication is set up between their child's father and you. Not all people have bad kids, you know, like not all people have that kind of setup. So I do get what you're saying on the ones that like they're terrorizers and they're just out here a menace and you can't do anything about it. I get it. But then also, you know, that's your time to exit. That's just not the person for you. But I think the ones that
they have good kids. They have good kids. You might say, hey, you know what? Your kid's a little soft now, but we're gonna go play football. And then you're like, oh, I don't know, I want my kid to get hurt. You know, it's like, no, I think he needs this. And you're against it. And it's like, you know, like, how does that work out? So it's like that's I mean, like I said, it could be a good situation, could be really nice. But maybe he might need a little bit of toughening up.
Got to get his head rocked a couple times, right? Like getting straightened out. A couple of Oklahoma drills, you know what I'm saying?
That'll straighten anybody up.
A couple of Oklahoma drills, you know what I'm saying? Straighten them out real quick. Like, look, this is a man drill right here.
But that's the thing, though. It's like if I can't parent the kids the way I parent my own kids, then that kind of is a disqualifier. Like,
yep,
absolutely.
And that's okay.
If Ashley got good kids, and I come over there, and, you know, I'm like, hey, I'm big dog, I'm the man of the house, and she like, oh no, you need to.
I don't play that around here. I don't put hands on my children.
Make them write a 150-word essay. Yeah, see, so then,
but it's about communication, you know, for me, and I have no kids right now, but that's because of how I grew up. I refuse to be raised the same way, and I think that there's a way that you can communicate with people when you learn your child a certain way that you'll be able to do that. Do I think that all kids are like that? No. So that's why I do understand some how they need to function and others don't. So I understand that.
So who takes the ring in the leadership then? Because where does that compromise lie then? Because what if he comes in? You're the person that said, look, I don't want you to touch my kid, even though that's his too. But he says, no, I believe in spanking. So where's that middle ground?
This is a discussion before we even have kids. I have this discussion with all of my relationships that I see that will be long-term. Absolutely. And if that's something that they're interested in doing, I'm not interested in the relationship.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay to be in a relationship and not be in one. You know what I mean? Because we have different values. But there's compromising on some things, and that's not something I'll be compromising on.
I feel it.
Yeah,
I feel it.
Yeah, but you might need to reevaluate that though. I mean, hey, people are supposed to be able to tell you the truth. I think I know, like, you know, if you trust in someone, if you trust in someone enough, or you're supposed to trust in the person you're gonna marry, so you should be able to trust that they're gonna do the right thing. I don't think leadership at all feels good at all. Like, I don't think it's how most people think it should be. I think most people think it should be so easy and so like feel so goddamn good. But leadership, when someone else leading you, that shit don't feel good. Like, it don't feel like you might disagree with half of the shit, but like you understand this person, you know, like they know, like you trust them enough to lead you to the right place, that you're going the right place. So I think that's a thing that a lot of girls go through. That they think that shit's supposed to feel like, ooh, natural. And I feel like so hell yeah. I don't think that's how it goes.
I don't think it'll feel like hell yeah. And I do agree with you on like that it should, you know, you're going to trust your partner in that sense. Absolutely. there have been things that have happened to me in my childhood that is not something that I will watch, listen to, hear. I don't care how much I trust you. I don't care what it was about. That's just not something that I'm interested in doing. And I do think and understand that there are different ways. Do I agree with some people and how they move on that? Absolutely. I completely understand how Courtney was explaining how he raises his kids. I have no problem with that. It sounds logical and it works for him. But for me and my house, I won't be doing it for what I've experienced and how it'll go. No. And so I expect my partner to do the same. It's a trigger for me. I'm not going to stay here, no matter how much I love you and trust you, and listen to you spank my child when I have a trigger about it. And if my person isn't okay with that, then we just won't be together. And if I end up alone because I can't find anybody else who doesn't have that idea, which I don't think that'll be, then I'll do that. I'm not going to, no matter how much I trust you, I'm not going to compromise just because my other person wants to lead in that way. There are other ways to lead that I fully agree with. And there are other things that I'm totally open to compromising on. But something that's a trigger to me, I'm absolutely not going to do.
Yeah.
I know my questions be off the wall, but when they go outside, if they get beat up by the police, is that better than getting a minor whooping at home?
So when you communicate and have open communication with things, just because I didn't beat my child doesn't mean all of a sudden that they're going to be a fucking menace to society. Now, there are some like that, but let's not act like every child in this world has been beaten and that's the only way to go. There are different things for different children. So
I'm not saying that, but it just seems like you're diminishing the light of the man in your household. So if something outside of the household happens, like how are you gonna navigate that? If he gets beat up by his peers at school, you gonna run down on them and go beat them and their parents up, or like you gonna sit down at a round table at the coffee shop and talk to them? Like how does that work?
My child will understand self-defense. Just because if that means we're just talking solely about my significant other beating my child as I'm diminishing him as a leader and a man, then I don't want it. That's solely what we're specifically talking about. Not as his whole, as a partner and as a husband and as a father, right? There's so many more things outside of just spankings, if you will, that makes him a man and makes him a father. There's way more things to be than that. And so I'm not diminishing him, but that also is why I will not date someone who also feels that way, as that is a way that we would like to punish our child. People have different routes, and that's okay. Just because that's something I choose not to do doesn't mean anything. Okay, let me put it this way.
I'm not saying it's good or bad. I get what you're saying. I look at
the most effective and most efficient way, and that is one of those things. That's why spanking is important. Just like you said, it's only one. It's not always one way, but all of those things combined as a collective create good contributing member to society. Yeah, you can't just always spank your kid. I understand that. But you also can't always talk to your kid too, always doing that at the same. Yeah, there are different ways of disciplining the kid too. Listen, I'm gonna put you in these wall sits. I'm gonna help you hold it. I'm gonna make you hold these fucking books up. Absolutely. But again, discipline comes in many different forms. But understand, sparing the rod also is one of those things. And so I'm sorry, but that has to be a thing sometimes, because most effective.
Each his own on that.
No, it wouldn't.
I am a person that was affected by it.
I look at the kids that don't get spanked versus the ones that do. I look at the kids that get disciplined on all aspects. That means physical and as well as with the belt to ass. And I compare it. I do a comparative analysis to the ones who've never been spanked before, and I see a complete difference between the two. Most of the time, I see a complete difference between the two.
And that's fine. But there are people who are good people that have not had that due to other forms of discipline. I'm not saying I'm never going to discipline my child. What I'm saying is I'm never going to put hands on my child. There will still be discipline actions being taken in forms of other things. I have no judgment that you guys are choosing that route. I was a person that had that as well. I'm a member in society that won't go out and do crazy shit. And so I get it. I understand. But due to what I experienced and how it affected me, I will be going other routes. I will still be disciplining my child. I just won't be putting my hands on him. And then I get what you're saying, Ra, about like, well, if you don't, how I'm taking it is, well, if you don't put your hands on him and then someone else puts your hands on him, like, there are plenty of people that have other forms of discipline.
Well, no, see, and that's the thing. You have other forms of discipline, right? And I'm not gonna say that anything's better than the next thing. I just know as kids, there is 10% of things that'll warrant, no matter how you want to discipline, motherfucker need them paws put on. And if you have another mean to discipline, then that's fine as well. But at the same time, I was just asking that because I've seen growing up, there was a couple friends I had to where their parents was like, nobody puts hands on my kid. So even if it was a disagreement, oh, he came over to my house and broke the PlayStation or something, we got into a fist fight. Now this motherfucker coming over trying to fight me because I put hands on their son. Now my mom stepping in like, why are you trying to fight my kid? Now you're trying to fight my mom. You know what I mean? So it's just like going down that path of I'm just wondering like if things were to escalate higher than, oh, hey, you know, go do some wall sits or go do some jumping jacks or give me 1,000 push-ups. If it escalates beyond that, like what's next? I'm not saying wake up every day and just, you know,
I understand
teach your
exactly
kids senseless within inches of their life. You know what I mean? But you know, sometimes 2 swings of the belt and you ain't even got to do it again. My kids, they caught whoopings before, but I talked to them. So now they get in trouble. I'm like, hey, if I was an asshole, what would happen to you right now? I'd get a whooping. Oh, so you know that you did something that was messed up. Yeah, was it on purpose or accident? And then they'll start running me down the story. I'm like, okay, well, how can we do things better next time? Or why is your teacher emailing me all the time? You don't act like this at home. Why are you doing that? Oh, well, my friend pissed me off. Well, what did I say about friends? Your friend ain't gonna help you get an A or B on your test. So focus on what you got going on. Save that for recess. So I get it. There's other ways. I'm not saying beat them senseless. I got whooped senseless, but I'm not gonna pass that down to my kids. But I'm not gonna just straight up top shelf of the closet put whoopings up. Like if one of them 5-10% situations come up, and that's why I was just trying to see like where your head was at, because I don't feel like, you know, one whooping is a reason to end the whole relationship. When
no,
you know,
it's not about one whooping.
And I mean, I might be thinking extreme too, but
yeah,
that's kind of how, for my imagination, with the way you were as stern as you were speaking, that's kind of how it initially processed, and that's why I was trying to get more information.
Yeah, no, and it's not one whooping. It's the fact of, if I would be silly to get with somebody who feels strongly about this, right? And then I don't. And then I end up in a relationship and have kids, and now he wants to act on that. And then I then am supposed to adjust and regulate my emotions about how it triggers me, and how then my child that I birthed to be then okay with something that I'm not even okay with, and let them be okay with
y'all too.
That he put in you to birth.
And I understand, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. Because yes, that is his child as well. But
he was yelling in your ear and convulsing and shit, having a good night.
Right. But that's what I'm trying to say. I know my lane, and so I'm not going to then put that on my person to then, because they would feel bad about, because I feel bad, and then I'm expressing my disdain about it because we didn't talk about it at the beginning, that's not something I like, and now it's happened. And so it's just like, I know how I need to move, because that's not something that I would want for my partner, and my partner, I wouldn't want that for them on me either, because I'd be fucked up for me to be upset for something that they feel strongly about, that, and even in a healthy way. I'm not saying in a bad way at all. I understand that it can be healthy. I totally do. But what I'm saying is, I just know that is the lane that I have to maneuver in, because that's just not something that I'm willing to compromise on.
Baby girl, you gotta get some more healing.
No, I've healed enough, and that's why I'm like this.
No.
Yeah, but I just think like
this shit. Yeah.
Blocking blessings, Ashley. You blocking blessings out here in these streets.
I don't give a fuck. I don't want them. I don't want those
blocking blessings out here in these streets.
No.
You got.
But I support however y'all do it. And in no way am I saying that you are doing anything wrong. I get how you're moving, and I love it for y'all. That's just not something I'm interested in, and that's okay.
Blocking blessings out here, man.
Yeah, that's fine. Why? I got a question. Maybe you could answer for the women. Why do you all come up with these non-negotiables that are just so strong that you'll never move on, knowing that relationships literally are just is a big ass game of compromise?
No, I said I would compromise on many things. And I don't want us to link leadership solely on that I don't let them put their hands or belts on my children. I will let my man lead. He is able to lead. I have no problem with compromising either. So I don't want those to be linked together as, no, my man can't do anything and I'm running the house. No, I want a man to lead. That is just something I will not compromise on, but there are plethora of other things I will compromise on. Absolutely. And that's just something that I solely feel as for me. But outside of that, I'm willing to open up to many things.
Okay.
Thank you for bringing your brother back on, because he said he doesn't. And so I would like someone else to be on here that does.
So let me ask you fellas this question, right? Y'all say ass whooping is the key, is the end all be all.
In leadership.
Right.
No.
Hang on. Hold on.
Right,
y'all said ass whoopings are the end all be all. That's what y'all said.
We didn't say that.
Everything, every rebuttal is whoop they ass. That's every rebuttal.
I said
every rebuttal is whoop they ass.
Part of it.
Go ahead.
Every rebuttal is whoop they ass. Mental illness, whoop they ass. Not listening, whoop they ass. They look wrong, whoop they ass. They yell back, whoop they ass. Give them a warning. Oh, C3, my bad. Oh, I'm gonna give them a warning. Then I'm gonna whoop they ass.
Two of them.
At what point?
2 warnings.
2 warnings.
2.
Okay, 2 warnings.
Mm-hmm.
And then whoop their ass.
Nah, I ain't trying to say it's an episode of Boondocks.
What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, we also, I know me and 3 always talk about changing the generational curse. We have a generational curse put on us. At what point do we go and start trying to change that generational curse to the point of, like Ashley said, it fucks you up. Regardless of the fact you want to think about it, yeah, we say, oh yeah, but look how we turned out good. You're right. You're absolute. I don't disagree with nobody on this panel, because all of us up here are doing great for ourselves in life in some shape, way, or form. But at the same way, and at the same time, why is violence the first thing that you want to resort to in order to make somebody get their mind right? Because at the end of the day, whooping ass is violence. I don't give a fuck what you say. You can try to portray it how you want to. The act of hitting is a violent act, period. So in what form, and again, that comes back to our culture put on us, because let's think about it. Not one time have we ever went and started no wars. We don't start wars. Every time you hear black people talk, we always talking about love and peace. We're not the ones that start wars. America going to start a war every fucking chance to get. Who runs America? So what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, ass whoopings come from violence. Come from a violent thought. It comes from a violent act. If you can't articulate your words and put the fear of God in your child without you hitting them, then we might want to talk about our parents. Because at the end of the day, I know for a fact I haven't whooped my 10-year-old not one time. But when I step in the room and I say, you got me fucked up, and that's all I have to say. Everything in that motherfucker ceases and desists. And all I said was, you got me fucked up. That's all I said. I ain't yelled. I ain't had a belt in my hand. None of that shit. It's all about instilling the proper respect and letting them know was allowed and what's not allowed. Now, are they gonna get out of hand? You fucking right. They ain't about that. They gonna get out of hand. They're kids. But like we always talk about, as a child, guide your child, and your child when it cannot. When they get to the point to where they feel like, oh, I'm finna buck back, then that's when you goddamn put whatever motherfucking means by any means necessary at that point, because then they feel like they're equal. And when you feel like you're equal, I'm gonna show you. That's when it comes into play. But you talk about just whooping ass every chance you get, and that's gonna fix everything. Nah, bro, it's plenty in this world that have been great people that had got their ass whooped.
You missed it though. You missed it. Nobody said just spanking ass just to be spanking ass. I specifically said.
Bro, the whole time I've been watching the show, all y'all been talking about is beating ass.
Hold on.
Y'all said mental illness comes from you can beat mental illness out of somebody. Can you beat a person that has cancer? Can you beat their ass? Because that's what y'all saying.
Hold on.
Crazy.
I specifically said, I give warnings. I give you enough rope to hang yourself. And when you hang yourself, that's when I then show the discipline. That's when I then put the discipline to you. So I get it. Some people, I put the fear of God in here, but God also said, guess what? Spare the rod, spoil the child too. So therefore, what rod are we talking about here? No.
Well, first of all, you already know I don't even believe in religion. So therefore, I was saying that so therefore it can relate to y'all way of feeling. So therefore, that has nothing to do with it.
But that has nothing to do with it. But again, I still give warnings before I do anything physical. And I said, there's different ways. I said there's different ways of discipline as well. I said it's part of it. There are collective ways that you can discipline your child. Now, sometimes
at the latter part, you said that, but in the beginning, that's not what you were saying. In the beginning, you were right there saying, "Whoop ass."
Yeah, exactly. Initially, but then we gave content. Out of
nobody. Just like you can't whoop cancer out of nobody. It can't be done.
We gave content.
No, bro, you can't. No, bro, that's just it. You have to realize when you're doing this type of when you're on this type of thing, you have to understand how you speak it because people are only in and out for 5 to 10 minutes. So again, that's how a soundbite gets made. Oh, he said he whooping everybody's ass that got schizophrenia. No, go back and watch it.
That's visibility.
Bro, come on, dog. Come on, bro. Like quit clickbait, bro. Stop clickbaiting, bro. Bro, stop clickbaiting, bro. You ain't even that type of dude. Stop clickbaiting.
I'm gonna be honest about the situation and how I raised my daughter.
You are being honest, but in the beginning, what I said was,
and I said spank the ass. So I'm honest about that situation. That's what I do.
That can clear that up. But
regardless, it got cleared up. Regardless if I said it, clickbait or whatever, it was said. So therefore, we can't go back and say, well, he said, yeah, I still stand on that hill, spank ass. But again, there's context. There's still context that comes behind that. So look, I'm gonna give you enough rope again for the people in the back. I'm gonna give you enough rope to hang yourself. Once you hang yourself, that's your ass.
Agree. And that's how it's supposed to be.
So what we talking about?
That's not what you said in the beginning, my nigga. In the beginning, you were strictly saying busting ass.
Got it.
You were strictly saying busting ass. That's what I'm saying. What I said was, at the end of the day, let's learn how to communicate. That's what I said. Let's learn how to communicate. We straight going into busting ass. Let's learn how to communicate.
I was here when I said it.
I know. Nigga, you on the camera.
I gave the entire breakdown of that situation. I gave the entire breakdown. Now, if people decide to go in and out, that's on them. That ain't my fault. But I know what I said when I said it. And I gave the entire breakdown of the situation and discipline in itself and why spanking is important. So that ain't got nothing to do with it. That ain't got nothing to do with what the people hear. That's what I said. So therefore, if they want to hear it, they go back and listen to it.
But here go the thing though, big bro.
What's up?
The thing is, if you waiting for your child to finally be old enough to buck back, it's a little too far too gone. That's the thing. I'm not saying whoop their ass Monday through Friday, but when they're small, that's when you instill. It's kind of like when you got like the circus and they raising them elephants and stuff. They tie them up with a little rope, right? When they babies. Now the elephant, he try to break free, whatever. He trip a couple times, and eventually he just don't pull on the rope no more. That's kind of the same thing with the whooping. I ain't saying whoop them from the age of 3 all the way through 30. But there's a couple times you might see a few signs of shit going left or right to where, you know, that warrants that one whooping to where you might not never have to do it again. Now, when I said the mental health and stuff, I get that it sounds crazy, but I've been overseas and literally seen people crazy with ass whoopings. So, I mean, yeah, it sounds polarizing on the internet, but I've seen it happen. Now, like you said, cancer, you can't whoop cancer out of nobody, but shit, they can go the holistic route. They can do some fasting or something and quit eating all the bullshit, quit eating
Exactly.
He's drinking 2 liters of Coke every day.
So I mean, it's solutions to everything. We're saying the same thing, but we're just getting to the solution different. We all saying the same shit. It's just the solution that everybody's taking is a little goddamn different route. And that's where it comes to a breakdown in our community again, all the way back around. Like we was talking about fixing different things. In our community, we can't all just say, you know what, we all going to Disney World, just get in the car. No, somebody gonna say, you know what, fuck that. I want to ride in the passenger seat. Oh, fuck that. I ain't riding behind the driver. No, fuck that. I gotta drive the car. Why? We all going to Disney World. Why the fuck? What does it matter where you sit? You getting there. And that's the problem. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what I ain't gonna say the problem. That's where the breakdown comes in. And that's why everybody always say, oh shit, we ain't gotta worry about them. They ain't gonna come together. They gonna make a little ruckus here and there, but it'll all die down in a minute because they don't have no true leader. Because everybody feels like their way is the right way. And all I was asking was, why is it that we have to put belt to ass? Why we can't learn how to talk? That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
it's like Ashley. Ashley said she doesn't want to whoop because of the trauma it put on her. Again, we all have traumas, regardless of how you want to look at it. We all have certain things that you would not do today because you did it as a kid. Oh, I don't eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Shit, my mama made us eat them bitches 3 or 4 times a week. Fuck peanut butter. I can't stand the smell of that shit. That's a trauma. That's a trauma. Just because you're not goddamn taking medicine for it or going to see a psychiatrist about it doesn't mean that it's not a trauma. It's a trauma. It's something that happened to you that triggers you to not like it. That's what trauma is. So at the end of the day, big dogs, we all got trauma in some shape, way, or form.
Yo, I hear you too, but it's almost like if it's something that's if somebody does something the wrong way and they do it hella bad, you can't not look at how it's still beneficial. It's like I'd say like this gonna be a fucked up and not even a good analogy, but it's almost like if your parents are alcoholics and then you're like, yo, like I saw them motherfuckers did, and I ain't gonna never do that. But then if you got enough self-control to say, I know when to stop. I know I can still have a good time. I know when to fucking stop. Don't mean you gotta cut that shit out completely, but you gotta understand, like, you know, when the right way. Hey, personally, my dad only whooped me one time my whole fucking life. That's it, one time. And it wasn't even about nothing that was between me and him. It was about fucking me not going to school. And the reason I wasn't going to school because I was getting bullied. You know what I'm saying? I got a whooping, and guess what? I fucking my ass went to school every day after that shit. And he never had to do it.
I take that bully ass whooping off.
Hey, I'm gonna take that bully ass whooping. I ain't gonna let Pop get it. And it was even more of that because it was still combined with, like, I was embarrassed because like, yo, bro, like I put my pops down. You know what I'm saying? So like I get exactly what you're saying. I mean, I think people should you know, learn how to talk to their kids and not just think that, you know, a whooping's gonna fix it.
Well,
so
shit,
I mean, I definitely think so.
Even right now, like my son, he got these blocks and stuff, and one time he built a little gun or whatever, and my girl, you know, she whooped him and whatever. So he, you know, he was feeling the way, but I ran right in right after, and I was like, hey, I see you at the age where you think guns is fascinating and stuff. You want to go shooting? And he was like, no. I was like, okay, well, I want to take you shooting, so when you're ready, just let me know, because I want to show you that the shit that you playing with is not as safe as you think it is. The shit look cool on TV or whatever. When you hold this motherfucker and that motherfucker put that little kink in your wrist when it kick back, you're going to see that this is not a toy. But the reason I do that is because when I was a kid, I was fascinated with guns, and I caught the meanest whooping ever because my uncle had a Draco in the closet on the shelf, and he caught me climbing up in the closet trying to get that motherfucker down. Now, when he caught me, I had slipped and fell, and I actually had it in my hand, and there was no safety on it. It was loaded. So I got a whooping just for the fact that it could have went off. But I was fascinated, and after that, that's something that he did. When he found him some free time, he took me shooting and stuff. And once I actually felt that motherfucker, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let me know when's the next time we going shooting. But I don't want to see that motherfucker nowhere around me if it's just laying around the house. So I understand, you know, there's other ways. And, you know, sometimes our reflexes is just to whoop. And there could be talking and stuff. It's just, for me, I just feel like, you know, there's a 5 to 15% of things to where a whooping is warranted, and I'd rather get it out the way early than wait late. I don't need nobody that's bench pressing the same amount as me to now start trying to buck up. It's like, nah, you remember when you were 9 and I tore that ass back? You want that right now? Is really what you thinking about?
Right.
And then they
And again, that's like you said, that's something that's instilled early on. Yeah, that's something that's instilled early on. Like I said, you instill it in an early age, then you don't have to worry about that when it's 12, 13, 14, 15. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, they're already starting to develop their own sense of human anyway. Like anything, you know what I'm saying? You do it as a puppy. So therefore, once they do get to that age, they already know, shit, I ain't the one to play with. I don't give a fuck what. I don't give a fuck how big I get. I know they ain't the one to play with. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm getting at. Like, you instill it at a young age. You instill that, don't play with me. Because if it go there, you're not going to like how the outcome going to be. Then it's like, well, shit. Now it's always that thought in the back of the mind, like, when they said that shit, what did it mean? Again, it's that sense of respect, but at the same time, don't take it though if you don't know the outcome.
Okay. Yeah, I could rock with that.
Yeah.
So that's all.
That's fun.
This is a man. Interesting.
Huh?
I'm glad that you can understand what he's saying. Like, I'm glad that he was able to explain it in a form that is understandable.
I'm still dying on the hill.
That's
you supposed to.
That works
you
for
supposed
y'all.
to. Hey, hey,
It
hey,
works
go
for
put
you,
your
works
flag
for
up there
you.
with you. They had you a bill and a shot of goddamn taquitos and dial up down that hill with it, my boy. You stay up there.
I'm gonna die on that hill, bro.
No, I mean, I understand what he's saying, but at the same time, he's saying that if a whooping is absolutely warranted, then he'll press that issue. But he gonna try the 12 steps of fucking diffusion before getting there.
Yeah, that's what I know. I get that. That's what I'm saying. I get that point. That's what I'm saying. I get that point. It's the same thing.
Ashley said she got 48 laws of don't touch.
Yeah, but
there are other forms of discipline in my 48 laws.
And that's what I'm saying. It's the rope. It's still a rope that you're giving. I just ain't I could just whooping ass just to be whooping ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm not crazy like that. You know what I'm saying? I give you the
12 program.
I never thought either of you were crazy for doing what works for you. That, like, how you move is how you move. I will still have a child that's going to grow up in a great person in society. Like, they're not this, you know, they're not, and we're not growing up in an environment, because it also plays a role in environment. I won't have my child in an environment where it has to be that form of going that way. Not all of them are like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying there will be things in place to where I have a better opportunity in hopes that my child won't have to go that route on how I want to go for how I want to parent.
That's dope, because I mean, society's moved so far fucking soft now that, you know, realistically, you probably don't even need to whoop motherfuckers no more.
My kids not gonna be out here licking toilets and shit. Like, so my kids not gonna be out here licking toilets and shit just because I understand. Like, they'll be still, they're still gonna be ingrained with all the things that we grew up in and what makes us better fucking humans. It just won't be. Yeah, I just can't. I'd be crazy. I'd be crazy to do that. Personally, for me, how it affects me to then hear my child having that happen to them when I know what it did to me and what it currently still does. Of like, I'm just like, no, thank you. So yeah. But they're still good people.
I'll rock with it.
They're gonna be strong as shit if they're, you know, and they accident like that.
Respect.
I feel it.
I
hear you. I feel it. I understand it. I hear you.
Thank you.
Anyway, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Listen, let me know in the comments what y'all think. Do y'all spank y'all kids, or do you not spank your kids, and which one you think is more effective? Or is it effective at all? I already told y'all how I stand. So y'all let me know what y'all think. So look, because we already three
Well-
hours in, I'm gonna go to one more topic. What you got? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say not necessarily spank your kids. Do you parent your kids? Because
no,
That's a good word, bro. I like that word.
Spanking with a cliffhanger.
But when we talk about
That's a good word, bro. I like that.
But parent, okay, so what's the real question? Because you're asking, do you parent your children, and then you're just referring to do you spank?
Well,
there
at the
needs to
same
be-
time, if your kid fucked up and you just walk in, spank them, you don't give them no explanation, no backstory, you don't redirect
Right.
no energy, whatever.
Right.
Then
That's
that's
right.
Right.
You still got
Yeah,
some coaching that go with it. So
facts.
you know, just whooping only. Are you actually parenting? Hey, this is what you did wrong.
Yeah.
This is why this was my reaction to what you did wrong. This is how you can avoid
Yeah.
this in the future. These are
Totally
other
agree.
alternatives.
Yeah.
Totally
So
agree.
that's
Good. Hey, hey, boy, that is a great fucking way to word it, bro. Great way to word it. Because you got some people out here that's just in their kids' life, and then you got some people that's actually parenting. That's a great way to word it.
yeah. Like just because they wake up and see you, don't mean that you that dude. Like
Exactly.
you got to be involved.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah. So let's go ahead and go to this last topic for the night. So we're gonna switch gears. We're gonna switch gears heavy this time. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get away from spanking. You know what I mean? And we're gonna talk about money. You know, and this is a guy named Alex Hormozy. He's talking about how to get rich through content creation. So